So I would say that the kind of past, how long has it been since it was a year? Has it been a year yet?
December was the finale,
Okay,
so
yeah, not even a year yet.
Yeah.
Talk about what a whirlwind, things have been like, and I'm sure it's just kind of been go, go, go ever since then.
Yeah, since The Voice, things have been really crazy. It's all been good. When you get off a show like that, you kind of think to yourself, well, what next? What could I possibly do now? But thankfully, I had a few days. There was the holidays. I got to sleep finally. And then January 2nd, I went down to Nashville and just started working and writing. So it's been nonstop since then. It's been really fun.
And being Team Blake and having Blake as a mentor, talk about how important that is when you're wanting to have a country music career.
Having Blake as a mentor has been really helpful. I've been able to get a lot of pointers from him, like stay true to yourself and, don't work yourself too hard to where it's not fun, because he never loses sight of what this is really about. It's about having fun and doing what you love. So he's just the best person to look up to. He's himself. He's genuine and real, and he doesn't apologize for it. So
yeah, definitely one to admire in the business anyway.
Yes, exactly.
And to be able to look at yourself now and know that your single is charted #1 on iTunes and it's sold over 200,000 copies, I think it is. Mm-hmm. How does that make you feel? I mean, I'm sure that it's just kind of like, whoa, I can't believe this is happening.
I feel like I'm being embraced, and that is all I could ask for, especially being on The Voice. Those songs that I covered, a few of them went to #1 on iTunes, and I was thinking, well, that's a lot of pressure, because now I'm releasing my own music, and if it doesn't do that, then people are going to be let down, and that means that they're not into my original stuff like they were into the covers. And the fact that the song was so well received and it did well on iTunes, that meant a lot, and it felt like the fans stuck with me.
And talk a little bit about the single and why you wanted it to be your first single and about the song.
My single is Wasting All These Tears. It's the first single of mine as a solo artist and the first single people are hearing after The Voice. And I just thought it was a great first impression because it's voicey, it's vocally challenging, and it's also really, really emotionally deep song. There's a lot of relatability in it. People go through heartbreak, and the first heartbreak is definitely the hardest. And especially the music video, I mean, that tugs at your heartstrings. It made me cry the first time I saw it. It was so sad. And, it's a song everybody can feel in their own sort of way. So I'm glad it was my first song.
I love the name of your debut album, Frame by Frame. Talk
Thanks.
about the choice and is it going to, we got the track listing. So talk
awesome.
Talk a little about the name of the album and how your single kind of fits into the theme of the album.
My album, Frame by Frame, is such a storytelling body of work. And that's what I love about it. It's because I think the body of work aspect is not as popular these days, and it used to be something that everybody did. You go to a record store and you buy an album. You don't just buy the singles. So there was no iTunes and anything like that. So I'm really happy with the fact that it's like a movie. It tells a story. It's all these moments captured in time, and you're flipping through each of the lyric sheets and you're hearing this story. It's an emotional roller coaster. It's not all about love. It's about life. And there's love and heartbreak in it as well. Everything you go through in life. But I'm just really happy with the sequence of the songs. I really thought about it. I made sure each of the different moods were captured at the right time. I think Wasting All These Tears is fitted in a really perfect moment, and it's vulnerable, but then it gets picked back up, and the album just goes through all these different emotions, so I think it tells a good story.
And what has been the biggest change for you? I mean, you were in this whole different world prior to The Voice, and now to be thrown into stardom, how does that feel, and what's been the biggest, hardest thing to adjust to?
I'm definitely more busy now. I don't get as much sleep as I used to, but it's getting easier and easier to live. I mean, I'm getting used to this lifestyle because it's just something that I've always wanted. Before this, I was bored and wondering what was going to happen to me, if I was actually in the right line of work, and if people were actually going to listen to me. And now I'm finding myself just never having a moment of second-guessing myself, and that's a great feeling. I feel like I'm in the right format. I finally feel like people are understanding me as a person. You know, I'm not trying to be something I'm not, and it's fun. I'm surrounded by these really awesome people. All my peers, all of these fellow artists are really, really sweet and encouraging. There's a lot of camaraderie, and it feels like I don't know, it feels like a family, especially with my team. I love the label and the management and everybody on my team. Everybody's just really a close-knit family, so it feels good.
That's what I was going to say. How does it feel to have a label that's allowing you to be you?
The label is probably the most hands-off as far as creative things go. I mean, I have had such freedom with my creativity and songwriting and choosing songs for the album. You know, Wasting All These Tears was a treatment that I had come up with and actually worked on with Brian Lazaro, the director, so I had a lot of say in that, a lot of say in the album title. That was actually something I came up with when I was getting a massage one day. It just came to me, and it just, everything like that has happened in such a natural way, and the label just embraces that.
And how many of the songs were you part of as far as writing?
I wrote about half of the album, and then the other half are outside songs that I just poured over for days. I was really specific with the songs that I wanted to take, because if I'm going to take somebody else's creation, I want to make sure that I'm emotionally connected to it and I truly believe in it, because I, before this, had never done that. I've never taken outside songs, so it was a new experience for me, but all the songs I took, I really, really love.
A few more questions. I'm getting 2 stories, and we're going to do like a profile piece on you, and then also in October I'm going to do another piece just about the album.
Awesome.
So this one won't, this question won't be until the next story, but talk about maybe one other song on the album and why you love it so much. I know there's a bunch, but if you can just kind of pick one.
Sure. 11 is a song that I'm really, really connected to. I wrote that with Nathan Chapman. It's actually one of the first songs I wrote when I came down to Nashville in January. And it's about my parents' divorce when I was 11. I went back to that really heartbroken, confused place when I was writing the song. Right now, I'm in a great place with both my parents. Everything's fine, everything's good, but I felt like it would be more impactful to go back to that place, because a lot of kids, a lot of fans are going through that, and I really wanted a song for them to relate to and to listen to and understand that they're not alone. Also, I felt like it'd be good for people to know a little bit more about me, a little bit more about my story and how I got here, why I'm here, because I think that time in my life had a lot to do with building my character.
And talk about your fans being involved in allowing them to pick the album art. I mean, when you're coming off a show like The Voice where they're essential and you winning and you going on, talk about why you wanted to do that.
I wanted to have the fans pick the album cover because they did get me here. I mean, there was no ifs, ands, or buts as to why I won the show, because they voted for me. So I felt like keeping them engaged and really invested in my career still, it was important to me. You know, I want them to feel like they still have a huge part in why I'm here. So they made a good choice. I'm very happy with the album cover. I was hoping they would choose that one. They must have read my mind. And yeah, they're awesome. I love keeping them involved.
And last question, you got to finally make your Grand Ole Opry debut.
Yes.
Talk about that moment and what that was like for you to stand on that stage.
Standing on the Opry stage was incredible. I mean, I grew up loving Patsy Cline, and knowing that she stood on that circle was a big moment for me. And I've said this before, but it really truly felt like all of the legends that have been on that stage were there. I mean, I felt a presence, and I felt like they were patting me on the back and encouraging me, because there's nothing like that feeling I got that night. It was so special. And then I walk off stage, and Darius Rucker's standing there about to take the stage, so it was a big night for me. And everybody came out, my whole label and my booking agency. I mean, everybody was there, which really meant a lot.
Anything else you want to say about the whole process and now being a part of Nashville and the album? Anything else I didn't ask?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like Nashville is a second home to me now. I've been here for almost a year now, just writing and recording the album, getting to know everybody here, and I feel like I'm completely in the whole culture. I've been here a few times in the past, and it's always been a special place for me creatively. So I couldn't think of a better place to do the album, and I'm very proud of it. So I'm excited for it to come out.